Thanks for joining. Let me get this waiver set. Put this waiver in here. I hear you, girl. That's me every day. And technically, I work for an IT company, and that's what's sad. Um, I told my boss at the end of the day. He was like, "No, you do pretty good." I was like, "That's nice of you." All right. Here we go. My rowing stuff. Let's switch gears here from rowing to strength. All right, so 927. All right. What's happening? Morning, Susan. Hey, Cindy, Susan. 728. So let's grab, per usual, a couple different weights, but something a little one heavier. I'm thinking 20, 25. Could be less, could be more. And then two lighter, so two probably somewhere between 5 and 10 is my guesstimate that I'm going to give you today. But maybe have a few. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to have a complex, and we're going to kind of break it down. So we're going to do. We have things like bicep curls, tricep extensions, but then we also have things where you're going to have a lunge next to you. So probably the shoulder press is going to be the biggest contender of weight, where you're probably going to go a little bit lighter. Okay, so that's probably your where you're going to want something a little lighter. Good morning. All right, so let's get going. 729. So I put the waiver in the chat as I normally do. So which basically says, you know, you're giving consent to take this class. You don't have to participate. You can't sue anybody if something happens to you. I can't see you. So if you need extra rest or you need to stop, whatever you need to do, please, please, please do your thing. And this also does not impact your health insurance coverage or anything like that. So thank you, Harvard Pilgrim, for making this happen for us. This is so much fun. I look forward to it every week. All right, so let's start to get warm. Oh, it's time. All right, so what I want to start with today is, and we're going to go through the movements. So I want to start with today is a little bit of like a mobility flow. So if you have shoes, socks on, that's totally fine. I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way. I was doing some yoga down here last night. So just a little mobility flow. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on hands and knees, tabletop-like position. And we're just going to start with a couple of cat and cows, just get that spine moving. Oh, first thing in the morning. Take your time, really articulate. Make sure you're breathing. And then we're going to come back to neutral. You're going to take your right leg out. We're going to bend the knee, open the hip. And what we're going to do is just make some big circles. So I just want about 2 in each direction. Nothing super fast. Two in each direction, nice and big. And then extend that leg back. We're gonna pull the knee in, engage the core, and we're gonna step the right foot forward. All right, from here, hands to the front thigh. We're just gonna shift forward and pull it back onto the heel. Notice I'm not, ooh, that was a good crack there. I'm not completely straightening this leg at all. We're gonna take the hands over to the left foot here. We're gonna bend left knee, right knee, left knee, right knee. Then we're gonna come back to the right foot. A little bit of a flow here. I told you, left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. Open it up. Take a deep breath in. We're gonna exhale the right hand down. You're gonna step it back into your plank position first. And then we're gonna head back into a down dog. We're just gonna pedal it out a little bit, bend one knee, bend the other knee. And then we're gonna come back to hands and knees. Good. Check it out a little bit. All right, other side. Left leg extends, bend the knee, open the hip. Same thing, different side, two big circles. Good, and then we'll extend the leg. Pull the knee and squeeze, activate the core, step it forward, might need a few steps, that's okay. And then we press into this lunge. Ooh, got a crack in the back that time. Crackly this morning. Good. All right, and then bring the hands down. We're gonna walk it to the right this time. Sorry, my behind's in your face for a second. We're just gonna bend one knee and then the other. Couple of times through, and then walk it back to the front of your mat, right hand down, left arm high, open it up. Couple of breaths. And then left hand down, we'll step it back into that plank just for a breath. And then downward facing dog. Whew. Good. All right, walk the hands to the feet or the feet to the hands. Come on up, shake it out. Anything else you need? I'm just gonna change this mat a little bit so more in the screen. There we go. Okay, so here's what we got. So first sort of section, we have 30 seconds on. I'm gonna give you 15 seconds of rest so we can switch weights if we need, if you want a few different sets, okay? So it's basically gonna be, we're just gonna have 30 seconds of hammer curls. So your thumbs are pointing forward, right? And then we have a narrow press. So you're gonna keep your palms in, we're gonna press straight up instead of palms out. So palms in. Then we have overhead tricep extension, and I get a little cut off. So I'm just gonna come onto my knees. You can use 2 weights or 1. Bend in the elbows, come straight back up. Reverse lunge right. This is where you could possibly go a little bit heavier. We're just gonna step the right foot back and in. No weights is always an option too. Then we'll do the left leg. Last 2 exercises in this first block are chops. So we're coming from the side. So this is my left hip and up and over my right shoulder. And then we'll do the other side, okay? All right, so I'm gonna start with 10s and see how that goes. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna rest. I'll go over our complex. We're gonna have a 4-minute AMRAP where we're gonna put it all together. Then we're gonna go back to separating it out slightly different, but then we're going back to the same complex to finish it up, okay? So I'll go over again, don't worry. It's gonna be great. All right. Every week, I'm like, I'm so excited for this workout. And then it just happens every week. Okay, here we go. So 30 seconds, we have hammer curls. Oops, let's go. Start it up. So thumbs are pointing in, squeeze and release. If you're not using weights, I want a big squeeze at the top and a slower on the way down. If your weights are really light, same thing. Squeeze and release. Otherwise, you're just moving nice and easy. Good, rest. All right, narrow press. So you can put the weights down if you need. We're coming up and overhead with the palms face in. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So press. Slight bend in the knees. Belly is strong. Shoulders are down your back. I stupidly wore black, and this TV always makes me disappear a little bit. All the way up, all the way down. And rest. All right, overhead triceps, 1 or 2 weights, right? 2 weights is a little bit harder. Try to keep the elbows in, close to your head. I'm gonna come down here so you can see me a little better. Here we go. So down and up. Oh my goodness, so much cracking. You know what's interesting? When I do more yoga, I tend to get more crackly. Actually never looked that up. I wonder if that's a thing. Like, not in a bad way, you know? Oh, here we go, almost there. And rest. All right, now we're going for that reverse lunge. So I'm gonna get something a little bit heavier. We'll do right side and then left side. So all we're gonna do, 3, 2, 1, chest lifted, is step it back. Knee comes down to hover and step it in. Same leg. Right leg is moving, left leg is stagnant. Digging into that front heel. So I guess technically we're working the left leg. I don't care how fast you go, right? And rest. All right, we're gonna switch to the other leg moving, left leg moving in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Left leg and back in. Down to hover, back in. So our complex will have a 4-minute AMRAP. So what does that mean? That means you're moving through this complex for 4 minutes, taking the rest as you need, okay? And rest. So we'll have rest after the complex, but if you need extra rest during, right, you need a break, then you're gonna take it. All right. Let's pause this. So this is what it looks like. We have, I'm gonna use a lighter weight to start. Bicep curl. Press it up. Tricep extension. Bring it back in. We're gonna squat. Did I add the squat? Oh, no, we're not gonna squat. Left side lunge. I screwed that up already. Oh my God, I screwed the whole thing up already. Hold on. We gotta do the chops. We gotta do the chops. All right, come back down. Sorry. I got excited, got ahead of myself. All right, come down on left knee, right leg forward. Here we go. Hip up and over. Got very excited for my complex. All right, so that's what it's gonna be, right? We're gonna do the bicep curl. We're gonna press up and overhead to a tricep overhead extension. We'll bring that weight back to your chest. You're gonna do a lunge, but you're gonna add a twist. Then we'll lunge the other side and twist. Rest. Other side. 10 seconds. All right. So it's not exact, right? We're doing chops instead of twists. That's okay. Here we go. Other side, last 30 seconds. And then we'll come up for the complex. So we'll give you about 30 seconds since we already had at least 30. One little screw up there. Ooh, I love these chops. These are really good for the core, for stabilization. Ugh. All right, rest. Okay, now let's pause it. All right, 30 seconds. I'll walk you through the first one, okay? We have 4 minutes. So let's set the timer here. 4 minutes, 3, 4. Okay. Curl, press, overhead, same weight the whole time. Lunge, we're twisting. Lunge, we're twisting. Side with the leg that is in front. All right, here we go. Let's do the first one together. So we have a bicep curl, up overhead, tricep extension, back to the chest. One leg goes back. I'm going to do the left leg. We're going to twist right, right leg, twist left. And we just keep going. Overhead, tricep, chest. Did I forget anything? Hopefully not. I'm going to fix my timer. You guys keep going. So take your time, your rest. If you need extra rest, you take it, right? If you need a heavier, lighter weight, switch it up. Nice and easy. Weather is finally really nice here. Hope it's nice where you are too. Good. You don't have to go at my pace, right? You shouldn't be. Go at your own pace. Bicep curl, press overhead, keep those elbows in. Now we lunge. Whew. We're at almost about that halfway part mark. If you would like to grab a quick sip or anything. I'm gonna switch out my 15 for my 20. Let's see how this bad boy does. And I'm bringing my weights outside. It's been nice out. But then I have to carry them from the basement up the stairs. It's like a workout in itself. It's usually part of my warm up at that point because I'm like, oh. And then this morning I was like, crap, they're upstairs. All right, a little more than a minute. We're almost there. Woo. Feeling the burn. We are burning it out today. We're going to change it up for that next section just a little bit. All right, so we're going to have a cross body bicep curl. I'll go over all of this with you. We're going to have a press, wide press. We're going to do a bent over. I'm reading the wrong thing. Seesaw press, sorry. Seesaw press. Maybe that didn't sound right. We're going to do a bent over tricep kick back. We'll do a split squat. And then we'll finish with Russian twists before we head into our final AMRAP. Woo. and rest. Woo! Oh goodness, that is loud. Holy moly. That's like my husband's alarm in the morning. So horrible. All right. Shake it out. Got about a minute. Woo. All right. So, crossbody curls. Let's go over these. Up and over to one shoulder. Squeeze. Same thing if you're not using weights, right? Squeeze, slow on the way down. Keep that contraction. Then we have what's called a seesaw press. I'm going to just come down so you can see. So basically one arm up, one arm down. And as the other is passing, right, we're just moving side to side. Still have that narrow grip with the pinkies pointing forward. Bent over triceps. Bend over, push it back. We've done these before. Split squat, you can go a little heavier. So we're just lunging from this standing position. And then we'll finish with Russian twists on the ground, all right? All right. Let's do it. We have 10 seconds. Starting with those crossbody. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Squeeze, release. So up towards the shoulder. Just getting a different part of the tricep here. I screwed this up. Oh my goodness. How do I restart this? Keep going, keep going. We're just gonna go with it. Keep going. Seesaw press on deck. Rest. 15 seconds. Shake it out. So up and over, one at a time. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Seesaw. I did not sleep well last night. Can you tell? I'm not on my game. Apologies in advance. I heard my husband get up at like 1. And then I could not go back to sleep. It's one of those when you're rest. You know, when you're like waking up almost every hour, like, oh my God, am I gonna wake up in time? Because now you're nervous. Oh, it's the worst feeling. Okay, bent over, tricep extensions. Let's do it. Here we go. Kick back. Kickbacks, not extensions. Kick back. Reach. Squeeze. So we have those split squats coming up. And rest. I'm going to grab something a little heavier for these. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's step the left foot back, down, and up. Still have that hover. Belly strong, shoulders down. You do not have to use weights, right? You don't have to use weights for any of these if you don't want to. Almost there. We're breathing. Rest. I'm going to switch sides. I am very excited to take my nieces to the Barbie movie tomorrow, though. So, if anyone's seen it yet, here we go. I mean, I know Barbie's still a thing, but I feel like, I don't know, growing up in the 80s, it was still kind of newer. It was like my life. And then one year, I decided, actually, there was a lot of years I wanted to be a hairdresser. And I cut all their hair off. And then they had no hair. Rest, because it doesn't grow back on a Barbie. All right, Russian twist. To finish us off in 5 seconds. We're on the ground. 3, 2, 1. This is actually our only on the ground movement today. Whoo! Testing it. So needless to say, I was very upset. I remember I had one special Barbie. It was like equestrian. It's like expensive. My parents were like, "Oh, it's like a, you save it forever." Her hair had to go too. Rest. All right. Whoo. Grab that sip of water. I'll wait for time. Good. All right. So 4 minutes. We have the exact same complex we started with. Okay. So even though our movements are slightly different, bicep curl, press that one weight overhead. We're going to do right lunge, twist, left lunge, twist. What was I using before? It was 20, I think. So last 4 minutes. Maybe try to go a little heavier. Maybe stick with what you had, okay? Totally up to you. And then we'll even have some time to stretch today. Yay! Even with my screw up. All right. So shake it out, take what you need. We have about 10 seconds and we're gonna get started. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. So 4 minutes is yours. Bicep curl, press overhead, tricep extension, lunge, twist, lunge, twist. So really pay attention to your form. Take your time, right? We have all the time in the world here. Well, not all the time, but you know what I mean. You don't have to rush these. That's why I usually say if you want to add a little bit weight, right? Because we're going slow, taking our time. Even if you did 1 or 2 complexes and had to take a break, it's totally fine. One minute down. I'm not even counting, and I'm a big counter because it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're not going for extra. I have to tell you, I mean, there's a lot of things I love about Peloton. There are things I don't like. They're great for me because I always like to use them as sort of research, right? To see what's doing well, what I like, what I don't like for my own regular job. But their strength program, I really like Andy. I liked most of the workouts, but their sort of end goal was to see how many reps or rounds you could do basically as fast as you can. It's not really a good way to measure strength. You can do that, right? I did that for many years in CrossFit, but it can lead to injury. A good way to see your strength, right, is to do similar movements, adding weight and or reps. So let's see, the winter, I don't even remember. I started chest pressing more, and I started with 15s, and now I can do gasp 30s. Don't tell my husband. He thinks his 20s are excellent. They are excellent. Want to keep him motivated. and I don't look like a bodybuilder. I was reading something about that at 1 in the morning when I was up. How it's still a thing. Not gonna look like a bodybuilder, right, Cindy? Cindy, who's here today, I know her. She lives, I know her from in town here in New Hampshire, and we're talking about going heavier in some of her workouts. I think she's enjoying it. She's like, it's a love-hate thing. All right, we're almost there. I know I taught you right through this whole 4 minutes. That's my job. That's what I do. And rest. Oh my goodness, that is beyond loud. Woo! All right, take a walk, shake it out. Oh my goodness. We are gonna stretch. All right. So let's start. Actually, let's start with the biceps. You can stay standing or seated. We're just gonna extend the arms, press the base of the palms forward, let those arms open up. And then I want to get into this chest shoulder area. So we're going to lie down. If you can't lie down for some reason, you can take this in like a doorway. It's like a doorway stretch, only we're doing it on the mat. So what you're going to do is you're going to make goalpost arm. Let's do the right arm first. Elbow in line with the shoulder. And then you're going to take your left hand under your shoulder. You're going to roll over, stretching. Oh, should feel pretty good. The chest, the shoulder. More breathing. And then we'll do the other side. We'll come up for triceps. And if we have time, let's get some quads from those lunges. More breathing. A little bit more upper body heavy today. That's okay. We still got everything in there. We got core, and we got lower body, but might feel it more in the upper body. Oh, God, didn't even want to press myself up there. Triceps, one arm up overhead, grab that elbow. And then actually what we'll do is we'll come back down for our quad stretch, but you can do that standing as well. Get the other arm. So stretching homework, more shoulders, right? You can do this guy. You can do hands interlaced behind you. We're gonna move on to quads for time's sake. So bend one leg, pull the heel towards the butt. You can do this standing. Instead, pull belly up and in. Feel the front of that leg. And we'll switch sides because I know it's time. So make sure to move to stretch. As always, feel free to reach out. You can hit me up on Instagram. Did I just say hit me up? Yes, I did. Fitness Adventures with KT. I'm also on Facebook. Katie Flanagan Wason is my name. I have a page there too, but probably just easier if you use my name. So, all right. Do some more stretches, get into whatever feels. Oh, shoulders, yeah. Drink water, be good to yourselves. Oh, thank you, Mohammed. Nice to see you all, Leslie, Susan, Mohammed, Cindy. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. Oh. You're welcome.